didn't respond.
Yeah, Skip, you just trying to catch on a situation like that. You just trying to catch your breath. Yeah, you like, Lord, don't let me go out like
this. But at some point, when you do catch your breath, is Draymond not going to catch hell? Because Steven Adams is not to be messed with.
He's
right?
a big man.
Okay. So we had that, which led to what you just pointed out was a suspension, which shocked me. I didn't think they would ever suspend a key player, obviously a starter, but the sort of guts and glue player of those Golden State Warriors.
I think we're both in agreement. We're more shocked that he got suspended in 2016 than he did now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because you just can't do it because it's going to shift the balance of power because he was much more important to the 2016 Warriors than he is to the 2023 Warriors.
Yes.
And it shifted. I'm not going to say it's the reason that your Cleveland Cavaliers came back from 3-1 down, but it was a big jumpstart reason because all of a sudden the Warriors go home and they don't look like the Warriors and they look discombobulated and they look like they've lost a little faith. Can you do it? Can you do it? We don't have Draymond. We can't do it. And all of a sudden, LeBron and Kyrie took control of the series and never looked back.
Right.
And go boom, 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 and just wiped them out even in a Game 7. Draymond played great in Game 7, but it wasn't enough to reverse the momentum that had been created by his suspension. Okay, then think of the other instance that we have. We got Draymond versus KD. The biggest reason, the beginning of the end of Kevin Durant in Golden State was the incident in which Kevin and Draymond are sitting next to each other on the bench at what was then Staples Center during a game against the Clippers. And one thing led to another, and they got sideways over who should have been bringing the ball up the floor. And reportedly, Draymond called Kevin the B word.
And then he bobbled the ball.
Yes. Okay. And I'm not sure, Kev, as you always say, that's one word. When you utter it, especially face-to-face to a man, it's hard to come back from that. Apparently, they have forgiven and forgotten, and they are now back to being besties. But at that point, I think Kevin was not happy, and I think it was very hard to rebuild the unity that they had after that incident, right? Okay. And then how did this year start off? You mentioned it, a punch. It might have come and gone if nobody had known about it.
Oh, yeah, it would have come and gone.
I think so. Well, it never would have come because we wouldn't have known about it. Right? And yet, it was Draymond punching an up-and-coming rising star who was a threat to him.
Or it would have been worded, there was an incident between Draymond and Jordan Poole.
Okay. Was
it just shoving? So we'd have never known the extent of it.
Well, we got the visual because somehow the video got leaked, which would indicate to me that somebody within the power structure wanted to make Draymond look as bad as you could make Draymond look. And it did because we all got to see it.
Yes.
And once you can see it, as you know, it just hits you full force right between the eyes. And you say, that was terrible.
Video changes everything.
It does. Because
it changed Ray Rice's career.
I was just going to bring that up.
Ray Rice was about to be able to suspend it for 2 games and come back.
I bit my tongue for a second because I thought, do I even want to bring that up? But it did.
But it was the video. It was the video evidence from the elevator. We saw it.
I never got to see Michael Jordan punch Steve Kerr.
Correct.
I didn't get to see him punch Will Perdue. These are reported by Sam Smith in the Jordan Rich book. I don't know what it looked like. I don't know what precipitated it. Those are 2 guys who were not up-and-coming stars. They just got under Jordan's skin during practice.
Right, where they're pushing and shoving. Did they come to blows? Or was it a situation where Jordan just walked up to Steve Kerr and punched him in the eye?
Knowing Jordan the way I do, it just irritated the hell out of him. Steve was making some shots on him or whatever. Maybe Steve said something to him.
I think he said that Steve was being physical and Phil wasn't calling any fouls.
Exactly. That's what it was. Okay. And finally, Mike just says, okay, I've had enough. And he is over-emotional and over-competitive during a scrimmage. This is just a practice scrimmage. And he jacks Steve Kerr in the jaw or hit him. I think he hit him in the eye because he had a black eye.
Right.
Okay. Steve Kerr was no threat to Michael Jordan. Obviously, Jordan Poole had become a threat to Draymond because Draymond used to be part of the Big Three, and all of a sudden it felt like Jordan Poole was edging into the Big Three, right? Okay, so the cumulative impact of all these incidents, to me, it affected Commissioner Silver's final reaction to this. Like, at some point, we have to say no to him. All the antics, all the bad look of this, and all the building up of all these incidents, it felt like that our commissioner here, the NBA, finally just said, you know what? Enough is just enough. Yeah. It took him until the evening. You make a good point. Maybe he just wanted to wait until later in the Suns-Clippers game to let it go. Yeah. But usually these things are cut and dried, and this wasn't cut and dried. But it's huge that for Game 3, with Golden State, the defending champs, down 0-2 going home.
They're clinging. They're on life support.
They're on life support, and they don't have a guy who used to be their guts and glue. Right. Okay, here's my final takeaway on Draymond's impact. In the dynastic years, and you could certainly include last year, this team needed Draymond's edge. They needed it. He gets voted. He got voted in the Athletic poll the best trash talker. Well, he is. Golden State needed it because Steph is baby-faced Steph, right? Clay's a really nice guy, right?
Right.
And they didn't have any enforcer. They didn't have much of their edge to their...
Right. He was it.
Yeah, he was it. And yet the edge has gone over the edge into more trouble than it's worth because the positive has slowly become a negative for this Warriors team. And to your point about impact, he was the Defensive Player of the Year in 2017. Now, that's 6 seasons ago.
Right.
Well, this year, a team that's always been top 3, if not top 1 in defense, has fallen to 17th in defense. Draymond's overall defensive win share still ranked pretty high at 22nd. That's still pretty, that's credible. It's just one notch below Joel Embiid, and I have high regard for his defense. But 22nd works. 17th doesn't work. So to your point, Draymond's not having the overall driving force defensive impact that he used to have as a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate, because I don't think anybody this year talked about him as a Defensive Player of the Year.
No, but when you look at it, Skip, you look at the people that he's guarding. Skip, I didn't realize this. They listed Domantas Sabonis at 7'1".
They do?
Yes.
I don't see him that tall. I was going to guess he was 6'10" or 11.
They ranked the top players at each height. Really? He won the 7'1" category.
7'1"?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like,
where was it? Who ranked it?
I was just reading on a poll yesterday. I forgot who ranked it.
Well, but I don't think he's that tall.
I didn't think he was that tall either.
Okay.
But if you look at the guys...
Draymond's banging with him.
But if you look at all the guys that he goes up against, he goes up against 8, 7 foot, Draymond 6'6". He goes against Jokic.
I got it.
He goes up against Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Joel, everybody's big. He's always undersized. He's never guarding a man his size for the most part. Because everybody's center is at least 4 inches taller than he is.
And how does he guard them? How is he effective? It's the way Russ has been effective against Kevin Durant so far in this series. When he guards Kevin, he just gets up underneath him, and he gets extremely physical with him. Almost to the point of, I'm going to bully you. And Draymond will fight you beneath you and out-position you, and he's got some Rodman in him because he's not a leaper, but he's a below-the-rim high IQ defender and rebounder. Okay?
And it's kind of like Rodman, Skip. He understands leverages, he understands angles, and he's constantly, he'll set it, he'll pull the chair out from under you, he'll move. He's constantly moving, so he understands the game, but he just gives up so much in height and weight that it's hard for him. That's why Joel Embiid said, oh, you said Yoke, and Joel Embiid put the numbers that he put up on him.
He did.
But you're not surprised by that. Joel Embiid is 7'2", 310. Draymond is what, 6'6", 230?
I think they list him at 6'7", but I'm with you. He looks 6'6"-ish to me. Okay, so he's only 33 years of age, just turned a month ago, 33. This is finishing year 11 for him. So you would think he still could have some basketball left. It just feels like it's not going to be in Golden State.
I'm going to be surprised that if it's in Golden State, Skip. I think they're starting to look at, like you say, he's more trouble than he's worth. He's not. He doesn't possess this. He has impact, but it's not the same impact. So here's a guy, Skip. He initiates the offense. He's their leader. He's their assist guy.
No, he is.
He's one of their two best defenders, and they're already having a problem defending. So now you remove one of the best defenders. They already have a problem rebounding. He's one of your better rebounders. They're up against it.
Up against it.
The Warriors' net rating is almost 10 points better in this series when Draymond's on the floor versus when he's not. We'll see how his absence affects things, guys, tomorrow night when Game 3 tips off. All right, still to come here on Undisputed. So much to discuss with these NBA playoffs. What do you think, Devin Booker or KD? Who was more responsible for that huge Suns win last night? And do the Grizzlies have any shot tonight if Ja cannot go? And don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM.